The CEO replaced a single dad with 30 engineers, then one mistake cost them everything. The day Nolan Mercer carried a cardboard box out of the glass tower where he had worked for 12 years, 30 engineers watched silently from behind their computer screens, believing they were witnessing the end of an ordinary employee's career. But none of them knew they were watching the beginning of a disaster that would soon destroy millions of dollars, shake an entire company to its foundation, and force one powerful CEO to face a truth he had ignored for years. The single father they had just replaced was the only person holding everything together, and by the time they realized it, it was almost too late. Before we begin, if you believe kindness, loyalty, and second chances still matter in this world, please take a moment to like this video, comment where you're watching from, share this story with someone who needs inspiration today, and subscribe to the channel Echoes the Stories for more emotional journeys that remind us what truly matters in life. Nolan Mercer was 42 years old and had lived a life built entirely around responsibility. Every morning began at 5:30 in the daylight hours of a peaceful suburban neighborhood. He prepared breakfast for his 9-year-old daughter, Harper, braided her dark brown hair with careful hands he had learned to steady over years of practice, packed her lunch, and walked her to school before driving to Orion Dynamics, one of the fastest-growing technology companies in the country. His life was simple, repetitive, and exhausting, but he never complained because every sacrifice had a purpose. After losing his wife to a sudden illness 6 years earlier, Nolan had promised himself that his daughter would never feel alone. At Orion Dynamics, Nolan was not famous. His name never appeared in company magazines or social media campaigns. He never stood on stages accepting awards. Yet everyone quietly depended on him. He maintained the central operating systems that connected thousands of customers around the world. He understood every hidden weakness, every old update, and every invisible bridge that allowed the company to function. His knowledge was not written in manuals because over 12 years he had built solutions that only he truly understood. Then came Adrian Voss, the ambitious 48-year-old CEO who believed efficiency was more valuable than experience. Adrian wore expensive suits, loved impressive presentations, and admired statistics more than people. To him, Nolan represented an outdated era. A single employee carrying decades of knowledge seemed inefficient. Adrian wanted a modern workforce powered by specialization and large teams. One bright morning, Adrian announced a revolutionary restructuring plan. He proudly explained that 30 young engineers would replace Nolan's role. Their combined skills, he argued, would outperform one person every time. The board applauded his confidence. Nolan sat quietly during the meeting. He never protested. He simply listened. When the official termination letter arrived, he folded it carefully and placed it into his briefcase without emotion. Some co-workers expected anger. Others expected tears. Instead, Nolan smiled gently and thanked everyone for the years they had shared. He spent his final week creating documentation, though he knew it would never fully capture everything he carried in his memory. Every day after work, he returned home to Harper, helping her with homework and pretending nothing had changed. But behind his calm expression lived a silent fear. The mortgage payment was due in 3 weeks. Harper's school tuition was due next month. His savings would only last 4 months. Still, he refused to burden his daughter with his worries. The 30 engineers arrived with enthusiasm. They were intelligent, energetic, and eager to prove themselves. Each specialized in different areas. Some focused on cloud infrastructure, others on software security, while others monitored databases. The first few weeks appeared successful. Adrian proudly announced that productivity had increased. Investors praised his bold decision. Social media celebrated Orion Dynamics as a model of modernization. Nolan quietly searched for work every night after Harper slept. But employers wanted younger candidates or cheaper labor. Days became weeks. Rejection emails piled up. Meanwhile, something invisible was beginning to crack inside Orion Dynamics. The engineers were talented, but they lacked something no degree could teach. Context. They knew pieces of the machine but not the soul of it. Small errors began appearing. Customer requests took longer to resolve. Systems froze unexpectedly. Departments blamed one another. The engineers worked harder every day, but every solution created new problems somewhere else. Adrian dismissed concerns. He insisted that temporary setbacks were normal. Then came the mistake. At exactly 11:37 on a clear Tuesday morning, a minor software update triggered a chain reaction no one anticipated. One server communicated incorrect instructions to another, which then sent corrupted information across multiple regions. Within minutes, millions of customers lost access to essential services. Financial transactions froze. Hospitals experienced delays. Transportation networks stopped receiving data. Phones across Orion Dynamics exploded with emergency alerts. Panic spread through every floor. The 30 engineers gathered inside the operations center. Nobody understood why the systems were collapsing so rapidly. They opened manuals. They analyzed code. Hours passed. The damage grew worse. Every minute cost hundreds of thousands of dollars. Adrian's confidence disappeared. His expensive suit was soaked with sweat. For the first time since becoming CEO, he realized something terrifying. Nobody knew how to stop the disaster. Then an older employee quietly said 3 words that changed everything. "Call Nolan Mercer." The room fell silent. Adrian hesitated. His pride resisted. But desperation defeated ego. That afternoon, Adrian drove personally to Nolan's modest home. He found him sitting outside at a small table while Harper colored pictures beside him under the daylight sky. Nolan looked peaceful despite his uncertainty about the future. Adrian stood there awkwardly. For a moment, he struggled to speak. Then he admitted the truth. The company was collapsing. Millions of dollars were disappearing. 30 engineers could not solve the problem. He needed Nolan's help. Nolan looked toward Harper, who smiled up at him without understanding the gravity of the moment. Then he stood. Not because of loyalty to Adrian. Not because of money. But because he knew innocent people depended on those systems. He grabbed his jacket and drove back. The operations center erupted with relief when Nolan entered. He moved calmly through rows of frightened engineers. Instead of criticizing anyone, he asked simple questions. He studied the data. He opened old files nobody knew existed. He identified hidden connections forgotten years earlier. Then he discovered the mistake. An emergency protocol he had created 8 years ago had been accidentally overwritten during a routine update. It was never documented because at the time it seemed insignificant. Yet that tiny safeguard had quietly protected the entire network for years. Within 40 minutes, Nolan restored the system. The alert stopped. Customers regained access. The bleeding ended. A collective breath filled the room. Some engineers even applauded. But Nolan simply packed his laptop. His job was done. As he prepared to leave, Adrian stopped him.